Hello friends. Now let us take up the concept number 8, 11.8, types of copying objects. Here we should have a detailed study about copying of objects because Java supports two types of copying objects. First type is shallow copying and second type is deep copying. Deep copying is known as cloning. Now, you must have a detailed knowledge about this because we have to perform these operations very frequently in our programming. We should not have any doubt. You must have doubt free understanding over this. That's why I am meticulously explaining every point, and I may repeat these points in several other contexts which are relevant. And at the same time, under this concept, I am giving you four programs. So thoroughly understand each and every point. If possible, you prepare your own notes, how you understood the concept. If you prepare your notes, your brain 100% focuses on that. By that, it is imprinted. You can own the concept. You can express it in interviews or in examinations properly. Now, I come from the inception. First one, let us take ordinary variable. How ordinary variables are copied. That you know that from the beginning we are doing that. Byte A is equal to 5b. A variable we initialize and B it didn't initialize. And now the memory picture is like this. You can visualize it. A 5, B empty. Actually not empty, some garbage value will be there. If it is an instance variable, it is filled with 0. Okay. Thereafter, what we are doing, B is equal to A, and we are assigning A to B. As a result of that, whatever bit pattern is stored in A is copied into B. As a result of that, this is a B. A is having 5, B is also having 5. This you know very well. Now, this is primitive type variable. Primitive type means already I told you there are 8 types. The byte, short, int, long, float, double, character, and boolean. These are built-in types. The type of variables, if you define, when you copy that, copying means in this case assignment. This happens commonly for all primitive type variables. And now let us come to reference type. Now, this example from the beginning many times in most cases I have given room, R1, new, room, 15, 12, 10, length 15, 12 breadth and 10 height. As a result of that, what happens? R1, R1, this is the real object. The object is created on heap memory, and in that constructor initializes length with 15, breadth with 12 and height with 10. This you can visualize. This is the reference variable, reference of the object. This is the real object. Thereafter, what you did, room R2. Actually, you have declared a reference variable R2 of room type. Actually, R2. This is the thing. Now we didn't initialize it. That's why it refers null. Already I told you the default value of reference variable is null. Now thereafter what we are doing, R2 is equal to R1. R1 you are assigning to R2. As a result of that, one thing you must remember, no new object is created. In this case, a new variable is created, but here no new variable is created. Now this is the R2. R2 also refers the same object. Same object. It is like one kite, two strings. Okay, this type of copying is called shallow copying. Actually, no new object is created. Now, another alias is created, or otherwise, one more reference is created. And one more point you must remember, for single object, if you want, your program demands, you may create n number of references, reference variables, nothing wrong. Technically, it is valid. One kite, kite means paper part of the kite. If you want to tie, you can tie 10 strings, nothing wrong in that. So, this is called shallow copying. Whatever so far we are doing in some program are shallow copying, not deep copying. In deep copying, actual object is copied. That means a new duplicate object is created. That you have to understand. Now, let us come to deep copying. For deep copying for purpose, you must know some advanced concepts. Actually, I didn't discuss them so far, and we have to discuss in forthcoming chapters. Even though, as a thumb rule, you understand them. Thereafter, whenever context comes, you can crystallize that. Suppose if you postpone that until you have to until you learn the future point, the integrity is missing. Here I cannot explain. That's why contextually some future points you may apply. You remember them as a thumb rule, and whenever we come to that chapter, then you learn it in a concrete manner. So, if any class type object is to be cloned, you have to that class has to implement clonable one interface. That is, that class implements clonable code. In the header you have to write. This clonable is an interface. Actually, so far we didn't discuss interfaces. Then you can understand that the essential prerequisite is which class object you want to make deep copying or cloning. In the header of that class, you have to write code like this. What is that? That class, let us say X, implements clonable. This you have to write in the header. That is the essential prerequisite. Then only that class can perform the deep copying operations. That is the essential prerequisite. Now, let us take an object, square. So, now square class object we want to clone. Then what you have to do? In the header of the clone class, you have to write this extra code. Suppose this is square, class square implements clonable. Just one line of code you have to write in the header. Then only it is capable enough to do that. Thereafter, square s1 new square 10. You know that square class requires one variable, that is side into side. So side you have given, and you assume that there is a constructor and all that. Only core code I am writing, which is required for explaining this concept. Thereafter, S2, actually this is not shallow copying, this is deep copying. For the sake of deep copying, what code you have to write, I will explain through this. Now, first one is clone method. Clone method, actually this is belong to object class. Object class, actually all classes, all Java classes, means they may be library classes or they may be user defined classes. It is, all those are like a family, it is a hierarchy. In the hierarchy, on the top or on the top or on the root class is object class. Object is one of the classes. Object class is at the type of the hierarchy. So, how you are able to inherit the properties of your father, forefather, forefathers, great grandfather, great grandfather. From object class, whatever contents object class is having, every Java class inherits that. You inherit the properties of your father, your grandfather, your great grandfather. Like that, object whatever contents object class is having, every Java class, it may be user defined class or it may be API class, all that are inherited.